If everybody would just go around, just a sentence about who you are.
My name is Debbie. I am a little disillusioned with politics, but I am a Democrat and I plan on voting in the next election.
My name is Cynthia. I'm an independent and I'm registered as a Republican.
My name is Mary Lou, and I will be voting for President Trump in 2020.
I'm Nelly Jimenez. I'm an independent, and I'm not going to be voting for Trump.
Mary Ellen DiGregorio, voted Democrat before and flipped the switch to Trump.
I'm Julia. I'm a registered Republican. I voted for President Trump not because he had the best manners, but because he was the most qualified candidate.
Sherelle, I'm a Democrat and I have some conservative ideals.
Melinda, I've been a registered Republican for a long time, but I switched to the Democrat Party last year, but I don't like to be labeled as either a Democrat or a Republican. I'm an American voter.
How many of you are still persuadable?
Listen, I'm almost persuadable. I do not vote straight party ticket.
Could there be a Democrat you could vote for?
Anything is possible.
Could you vote for President Trump?
No.
No. Could you vote? No.
No.
Could you?
Could I vote for a Republican? Sure.
Yes.
Same here.
How does everybody feel about politics right now?
I still want to participate, but I just don't like the way a lot of the things that are going on now. You feel a little disillusioned, and I think America can do better.
Definitely, I agree with you.
So
I feel like we
I-
could
better.
Disillusion's a good word, or apathy to the max right now, because, you know, as the older I get, you know, I started out young and being involved civic-wise, you know, and I said Republican, Democrat didn't make a difference. We all got along because we were neighbors.
Right.
And it was fun. And this last couple of years has been,
It's
like, you're afraid to
ridiculous.
go out the door just because I flipped the switch and I'm no longer primary Democrat. I have an independent thought and I chose another candidate this time around. I have people that don't even want to talk to me because of the choice I made, which I think is really ridiculous because that's not who I am. I'm the same person I was the day before he got in office.
Show of hands. Who thinks the country is headed in the right direction? What do you like about what's happening?
Oh, I like the fact that, you know, my portfolio looks pretty nice right now. I can make my taxes next year because, you know, as time goes by, you know, cost of living does not match the cost of, you know, really living.
Right. Julia, your hand went up too.
I would say, hands down, my favorite thing that President Trump has done has been the economy. By all measures I've seen, he's just blown the doors off of it, and we all feel that at all levels. His international policy has been bold and effective in ways that we never anticipated, getting rid of ISIS, getting rid of Soleimani, getting rid of al-Baghdadi. I mean, bold, and everyone was chicken little, the sky's falling, now terrible things are going to happen, and they have not materialized. I will tell you personally, I am a Zionist. For a president to so boldly stand for Israel is very important to me, and I'm a Christian, by the way. And finally, national security is critical for me. You can't have your wealth protected. You can't have your international security without strong borders.
So I want to address something
go ahead.
about the border. One of the things that has bothered me is the deshumanization of people in the border and how people are mistreated.
They're
and the
dehumanized,
children
is what you're saying.
dehumanized, yes.
Yes.
So there is a lot of issues for me there about racial profiling, about also the immigration law, how you treat people who are coming through the border looking for legally to enter the border, and how they're being treated and mistreated and put in jails. So for me, the issue of the border is one that I can forget or forgive.
I have to agree with you. I think that Donald Trump is allowing people to make the decision to mistreat people at the border, to have racially charged marches and all of these things. And instead of having the character integrity to say, because a man has proven to be, and again, as a Democrat, this is controversial for me to say, is proven to be powerful and to take a hard stance on something.
Do you like that part of it?
I do.
You like that he's taking hard stands?
On some things.
Yes.
but he's not taking the hard stance on the racial issues, which are very close to me because I'm a black female, right? We need for him to take a hard line, put that hard line in the sand that he's done with the economy, that he's done with other policies, foreign policies, and say, hey, listen, we don't act like that here.
What's the issue that really is going to determine who you vote for this year?
I think the economy is very important, and also jobs. Jobs for people and the economy. But I do think this current president is really causing a lot of division amongst people. And I think he's causing a lot of, it's more, to me, he's more like a bully, more so than a president.
It's not a policy or it's not an issue per se that's going to sway me. I will vote for somebody who has demonstrated character and integrity.
Does anybody else have a main issue?
I'm a numbers person, so economic fairness is very important to me. I'm not a Bernie Sanders supporter, I'm not an Elizabeth Warren supporter, but I believe that the Tax Act of 2017 was skewed in favor of the half of the 1%.
And the corporations as
The
well.
Exactly.
The super wealthy.
Exactly.
Who's leaning Democratic at this point? So there's 4 of you. Have you picked a candidate yet?
No.
No.
I have
Who have you picked?
Biden. Right
Why?
now, honestly, the lesser of the evils. At this point, it's the process of elimination with me.
Yeah.
I could change my mind. I could get in that booth and change my mind.
Right.
Right now,
He's got past experience.
Yeah.
I think it's
that's another thing.
Okay, Melinda?
definitely voting for a Democrat and who can best beat Trump.
How important is that for
For
the
me
four,
as a
the 4
Democrat.
Democrats here?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I do think Biden's probably at the top of the list, but I'm still looking at the other candidates also.
You are.
Nobody
Well, I
has
think-
character integrity right now, though.
Nobody has
As
character
they're
integrity.
campaigning, nobody has character integrity.
So one of my concerns as an independent is that when I get into a corner where my choices are the less evil, that's what scares me about my poor America. I'm going to have to vote, certainly not for Trump, but for the less evil of the
Right.
Democratic Party or whoever else
Yeah.
shows up.
So you're disappointed in your
I
choices.
am disappointed. I don't have choices. I don't feel that I have someone who's gonna move me. I'm originally from Venezuela.
Yeah.
And I lived through hell, through all of the beginning of what then became a dictatorship. And when it started as a socialist, and it was so extremist, right? And I don't want to see my American country go through that.
Could I pick up on something Nellie said? You do have the option to do a write-in. I did a write-in in 2016 at the presidential level because I couldn't vote for either the Republican or the Democrat running for president. And I know people have taken issue with me, people on the right and the left. Right. My family took issue with me that I was complicit in Trump's election, but it was a matter of conscience.
In this election, a lot of us are not voting just for, we're voting for getting Trump out. So if that is really your motivation, then you do have to vote for somebody. I want somebody I can look up to, somebody that has dignity, somebody that's not bullying.
I don't see Trump as bullying, though. I see him challenging because the ridiculous that goes on sometimes that you're right, he's not a politician. I thought it was refreshing to find a businessman who made himself a millionaire want to work for me. That's what.
Yes,
so
and that's why I can't agree with
salary.
you.
I do have to ask, don't you think he's very thin-skinned?
Listen, my husband's thin-skinned and I whack-a-doodle, and I'm still with him 26 years.
Well, I think a politician needs to be thicker-skinned and not excoriate those who disagree with him.
I will tell you, there's a long
I
line
think
of
there's a lot of
Republicans
fear.
who have failed because they've taken the high road and they've been buried by it. And I think, I'm not saying that this necessarily appeals to me, but I think Trump appeals to a lot of people because he punches back.
So Donald Trump isn't everyone's cup of tea, without a doubt, without a doubt. I'm going to vote for him. I don't like everything he says, and I can say that. But what is important to me is, as I approach retirement, am I going to have a job that is secure? Is my retirement secure? Is the market doing well? I don't need him to be like me. I need to be safe, and I need to be able to know that my economy, for my friends, my family, is solid.
Are you looking forward to this vote?
Looking
I
forward
am.
to May.
You are.
I am.
Yeah. I believe everyone's hope at this table and in America that we will have two candidates that will come together and say, we're going to run a presidential campaign, let the best man win, and let's try to have a civil discourse. And social media is a huge part of this. We can live together. I don't mean to sound Pollyannish, but we can live together. We can share ideas. I don't have to agree with anybody, but I will always listen to you.
I mean, we think we have to look forward to it. I mean, it's just
Absol-
the reality. We can't put our heads
We're
in
a
the
free
sand.
country.
We
We
live
are
in a
very-
democracy.
free country.
Exactly.
It's
We're in a
coming.
free country.
Let's be involved. Let's keep our minds open, our hearts open.
Is President Trump going to be reelected?
I
Yes.
think he
Yes.
will be.
I
You
think he will be.
You
Yes.
think he will be?
Yes, I do.